Discover how the impulsivity of borderline personality disorder can lead to unexpected behaviors, including stalking, as individuals struggle with feelings of abandonment. This video will explore how individuals with borderline traits may engage in stalking behaviors to avoid feelings of abandonment or emotional instability. For instance, someone with BPD might repeatedly contact or follow an ex-partner, or even engage in gang stalking to prevent feeling abandoned. Ethical concerns. Discussing the link between borderline personality disorder and stalking behaviors requires a sensitive and understanding approach. Linking BPD to narcissistic and gang stalking activities perpetuates harmful stereotypes. This is a significant issue that needs to be addressed with care. When we talk about mental health conditions like borderline personality disorder or BPD, it's crucial to approach the subject with a well-rounded perspective. Unfortunately, the media and popular culture often portray individuals with BPD in a negative light, associating them with dangerous or erratic behaviors. This not only misrepresents the reality of the condition, but also contributes to the stigma that surrounds mental health issues. People with BPD are far more likely to be victims than perpetrators of abuse. This is an important fact that is often overlooked. The reality is that individuals with BPD experience intense emotional pain and instability, which can make them more vulnerable to being taken advantage of or mistreated by others. They are often misunderstood and judged harshly, which can lead to further isolation and suffering. It's essential to recognize that BPD is a complex mental health condition that requires compassion and support, not judgment and fear. Focusing on narcissistic and gang stalking activities risks further stigmatizing a vulnerable group. When the narrative around BPD centers on negative behaviors like these, it reinforces harmful stereotypes and detracts from the real issues that individuals with BPD face. For example, consider Lisa, a woman with BPD who was targeted by a narcissistic ex-partner. Her emotional vulnerability made her an easy target for manipulation and control. Instead of perpetuating these misconceptions, we should be working to educate ourselves and others about the true nature of BPD. This includes understanding the symptoms, the challenges, and the best ways to offer support. By doing so, we can help to create a more inclusive and compassionate society where individuals with BPD are treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. It's time to shift the conversation from fear and misunderstanding to empathy and awareness. Oversimplification of complex issues can lead to misunderstandings. Borderline personality disorder, narcissism, and gang stalking are often misrepresented in popular media and casual conversations. These conditions are not just labels or simple character flaws, they are deeply rooted in a variety of psychological, biological, and environmental factors. For instance, borderline personality disorder, or BPD, is characterized by intense emotional instability, impulsive behaviors, and a distorted self-image. It is not merely about being difficult or attention-seeking. People with BPD often struggle with a profound fear of abandonment and can experience rapid shifts in their mood and relationships. This impulsivity can sometimes lead to behaviors like gang stalking, as individuals with BPD may engage in such actions to avoid feelings of abandonment or emotional instability. Take Jane, for example. Jane has BPD and has always struggled with intense fears of abandonment. When her close friends started to distance themselves, Jane's impulsivity took over. In a desperate attempt to maintain the relationship, she began to engage in stalking behaviors. She would incessantly call, follow her friend, and show up uninvited at their home or workplace. Jane's actions, while harmful, were driven by her overwhelming fear of being left alone and her emotional instability. Jane's story highlights how the impulsivity of BPD can manifest in harmful behaviors. Her actions were not about malice, but rather a misguided effort to avoid the intense emotional pain of perceived abandonment. Reducing these complex issues to simple explanations or connections is not only inaccurate, but also unhelpful. It can lead to stigma, misunderstanding, and inadequate support for those affected. To truly understand and address these issues, it is essential to consider the nuanced causes and manifestations. This involves looking at the interplay of genetic predispositions, early life experiences, and current environmental stressors. Mental health professionals use a variety of therapeutic approaches to help individuals manage their symptoms and improve their quality of life. By acknowledging the complexity of these conditions, we can foster a more compassionate and informed approach to mental health. Let's explore alternative topics related to borderline personality disorder and narcissism. These personality traits often intersect in complex ways, influencing various behaviors. For instance, individuals with BPD and narcissistic traits may engage in manipulative behaviors to avoid feelings of abandonment or emotional instability. This can manifest in actions like orchestrating a group to follow and harass an ex-partner, believing it will prevent them from feeling abandoned. Accurate information about borderline personality disorder. Understanding the symptoms and behaviors associated with this personality disorder. The serious nature of stalking. Individuals with borderline personality disorder may engage in stalking behaviors due to impulsivity and a fear of abandonment. This can have a profound impact on their victims, causing anxiety, fear, and a constant sense of being watched. Understanding these behaviors is crucial in addressing and preventing the harm they cause. Resources for people affected by stalking behaviors. Support and help for both individuals with BPD and their victims. Understanding the link between borderline personality disorder, narcissism, and stalking behaviors is crucial. Individuals with BPD often struggle with impulsivity and intense fear of abandonment, which can lead to stalking behaviors. For example, they might follow an ex-partner obsessively to avoid feeling abandoned. When narcissistic traits are present, these behaviors can intensify, as individuals may feel entitled to control their partner's actions. Understanding and support are essential in addressing these complex behaviors.